Hello, everyone. It is I, Joel, and I have sunken down to the depths of content creation and am now going to be reading Reddit stories. I don't like where my life's gone either. Okay. First one. Am I the asshole for choosing our family dog over a friend hard on his luck? Hold on. Sorry. I can just see it. It's just, yo, man, I'm having a tough time here, and I really need a place to stay. Can I crash with you? I'll be out I'll be out of your hair as soon as possible, man. Man, but what about Rufus? Fucking old Yeller. Sorry, that's fucked up. Hopefully, he's not as big of an asshole as the title makes him seem. Me, 32 male, my wife, 30 female, and our two daughters, both under 5, live in a decent-sized apartment. Not grand or anything of the sort, but big enough for us and for us to host another person, but for a limited amount of time that it would not be a burden. Recently, a friend of mine, 28 male, that I've known for a few years from an old job. Oh, well, anyways, I'll comment after. Is going through a divorce, has asked me for a place to stay. I talked it over with my wife, and she has no problems with him staying with us. When I told him that he could stay, he was so grateful, but then he told me to let him know once we have gotten rid of our old dog and deep clean the home, as he has a severe dog allergy. Oh, we never knew about this, as it has never been an issue. We always hung out at a mutual friend's house, work, the bar, or double dates at restaurants where no dogs are. Probably because he has a severe dog allergy. I told him that we would not be able to get rid of our dog to accommodate, as he is a part of our family, getting older, and that it would honestly devastate our girls and us. He is now running around bad-mouthing us to our friend group for taking back our offer for him to stay with us and choosing a dog over his health. I have been receiving multiple calls saying that I am the asshole for not helping him now. TLDR, I'm choosing our family dog over our friend staying with us due to his divorce. Okay, so yeah, okay. At first, it sounded like his childhood best friend was like, "Dog, I need a place to stay, please," and you chose the dog over them. But if this is just some guy you met a few years ago from work, like I'm gonna say not the asshole here. You like that dog is a part of the family. That guy you were forced to talk to a couple years ago, and he put an edit at the end here. Edit. I've seen it asked. Me and my family are American from the East Coast, very pet-friendly area, but we no longer live in the USA as of now due to my work, and currently live in a not-so-dog-friendly country on the other side of the world. Dogs here are not looked as they are in the USA. Many view them little more than pests and don't understand viewing as family here. Huh. Okay, next one. Am I the asshole for not letting my neighbors and her kids swim in our pool? What the No! You're not! It's my pool, stay the fuck out! I, 29 female, live with my husband, 30 male, in a nice house in a smaller town. We have double income, no kids. Our house has a pool in the yard. It's really nice since it is a single mom of three and her house doesn't have a pool and it's a lot smaller than ours. Both me and my husband babysit for her sometimes, which is why I know this. Yesterday morning, when my husband had already left for work and I had started to work from home, I heard noises from our yard. Our houses in here, our houses in here aren't right next to each other. What the fuck? God damn, people need to learn fucking grammar. Here aren't right next to each. Our houses in here aren't right next to each other, so it's quite easy to tell that the noise is from your yard. What? So I went to check, and they keep spelling neighbor wrong. They spell neighbor Nabor. I'm surprised they got the U. Um, so I went to check, and our neighbor and her kids were swimming in our pool. Why the fuck? I was confused since she has never come to our house uninvited, but I went to talk to her and asked what was going on. She explained that she had the day off from work, so she wanted to do something nice with her kids. So she decided to borrow our pool since we don't have much use for it since we are child free. I asked her nicely to leave since they had come uninvited and and were there without our permission. Yeah, she thought I was joking, but when I asked again, she got defensive and demanded that I should give her valid reasoning why she and her kids can't be there. I didn't give her reasonings, but I told her that I would call the police if she didn't leave, and I told her not to show up uninvited again. She did leave, but kept cursing at me, and even accused me of classism. I think it's important to mention that because we live in an area where the houses aren't right next to each other and you can't see inside our house, even for the fur, for even for the furthest point of our yard, so me and my husband tend to hang out in just underwear or sometimes naked. So I was shocked to find her there just using our pool so comfortably. My neighbor has been mad to me since, and she has badmouthed me to others in the neighborhood. I told my husband and my parents about this. My husband and my dad think what I did was reasonable, but my mom told me that I should have been more understanding to her since she works hard and is a single mom of three. But I feel like she didn't care about her privacy at all, so am I the asshole? First of all, no, you are not the asshole. I shouldn't have to say this, but don't use people's pools when they don't invite you. That's not okay. Like it's anyways, that's good. Uh so it's okay. That's yeah, you did the right thing. Kick them out. Who gives a shit what anyone else says? It's your fucking pool. If you don't want them in there, you don't have to have them in there. Good thing you got those little cockroaches out. Edit. Thank you for all the advice. We have purchased locks and cameras for our pool. We already have a fence. Also, we live in the US, but we were both born in China and have later moved here. We met in university here in the US. Also, sorry for my spelling errors. Also, we were babysitting for free, but not going to continue doing so. Oh my god, and I just roasted her for her fucking spelling. Oh shit. I'm sorry. I just want to say I'm sorry. I, I did not know. I feel so bad. I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry. Uh, I think I have my headphones in wrong. Well, what you know it, dumbass strikes again. Anyways, also we were babysitting for free, but we were not going to. But we're but we're not going to continue doing so. Okay, yeah, not the asshole, and I am the asshole on that one. Sorry. Um. Okay, this one I want to see. Am I the asshole for not wanting to pay grandparents for babysitting? The big question we all saw coming. Who's going to babysit our new baby? And are we going to ask your parents to babysit or put him into daycare? This was the dreaded situation between my wife and I. Before we decided to have kids, we moved into our own home shortly after we got married, coming from an apartment we were both living in. We took everything into consideration: community, area, school district, but most importantly, location. Not just distance to work or local shopping areas, but more importantly, the distance to my wife's parents. As we knew later on, we would have them babysit as they were the closest grandparents. My parents lived 3 to 4 hours away, which was not really ideal for daily babysitting. My mother-in-law, 67, was soon to retire the same year we were expecting, so it all worked out anyways. Or so we thought. This was the kicker. Her dad, 63, I know growing up, my wife always talked about how he liked to have financial responsibility and security, so he is very financial savvy with her. But he never really shared how much he makes or made, or how much he has. He never liked the idea of free handouts, but he would help her in financial needs, like paying part of her college tuition, buying her a car as long as she takes care of insurance, gas, etc., which is a good mindset to which we agree with. He has spoken to me about his retirement funds, somewhat in the couple millions range, and how much he makes, somewhere in the 150,000 per year range. What? He wouldn't share that shit with his daughter, but you? Okay, I don't get that, but um, so I know he doesn't need money. My wife knows he doesn't need money, but doesn't know how much he has. Well, I guess then you don't know either. Yeah. But whenever we talked to them about babysitting, they loved the idea. Since her mom would be retiring, it would work out perfectly, and they'd get to see their grandchild every day, or most days. Soon after we had our baby, maternity/paternity leave was up. I was going back to work. My wife had another month left, and her dad started talking about paying them for babysitting. Seeing as he wasn't fond of the free babysitting, he started to compare pricing of daycares in today's market and how much he would start charging us weekly. After his research, he surmised to his amount to 400 a week for babysitting and $100 for weekends. Whoa! What the fuck? Hold on. Wait. Say okay. Actually, no. You know what? That makes sense. That's little high, but fair. And we were shocked. We thought to ourselves, at that rate, we might as well just take our baby to a daycare and not have to drive back and forth. We weren't upset with having to pay them because we wanted to pay them, and we knew we weren't going to take advantage of the situation. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, normal babysitting rate, yeah, no, it should not be that much. It really shouldn't. Damn. Paying them and knew we weren't going to take advantage of the situation. When we only started to get upset when he started demanding that we pay them for babysitting. It's not like my wife and I were well off either. We make enough to live comfortably. Wait, so hold on. Okay, well then, if that's the case, what? So you're set. This user is so you do have a problem with paying them. You're like, I don't have a problem with paying them. It's just I have a problem with them asking me to pay them. Excuse me, what the fuck? Can you say that again? You want to retry that? You want to? Oh my god. You want to retry? Okay, so they put an edit here saying we weren't expecting them to babysit for free. Mother-in-law was already set to retire soon, but retired early so she could be with her first grandchild. And she loved the idea of being a FT carer or full-time carer. Wow. Everything would be provided. Everything. And I guess to clarify the upset situation and using our child as blackmail, if you actually read the paragraph where we were wanting to pay them for the full-time. Yeah, because now that I think about it, I'm thinking of part-time care. Holy shit, this is full-time care. These are reasonable ass prices. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a dumbass. I'm sorry, guys. Uh, full-time care. Paragraph. Uh, I said we were going to pay them for the full-time care, but we weren't expecting FI. What the fuck? What the I don't know. Phil? FIL? To be a bit absurd with the cost to pay them. And the fact that he was demanding us to pay him when we were already going to pay them. He's not demanding. He's asking. But just remember. Oh, well, no, he is kind of demanding it, but still, he has the right to demand it because he's the one gonna be fucking watching the child. He's the one doing the work. So, yeah, no. Asshole. You are the asshole still. I stated in the last sentence that they wouldn't see their grandchild unless we visit them on the weekends when we have time. It doesn't negate the fact that they can come and visit anytime, which is what everyone, or mostly everyone, is assuming. It wasn't said in a way that would bar the grandparents from seeing the grandchild. What the fuck? You are the asshole on that one. Fucking. Well, I was going to pay him, but he had to ask me to pay him. Like, what the fuck? Am I the asshole for being indecently exposed while feeding my baby? Fuck no. If you want to feed your baby, feed your baby. The baby needs to eat. We all need to fucking eat. Anyways, am I the asshole for telling a mother that if her daughter had drowned, it would have been? Oh, I'm not gonna read that one. That one's sad. Am I the asshole for not telling my family I had a baby? What? Well, actually, I do know some people who've done that, actually. Yeah. Am I the asshole for not outing my ex's father? No, you. What? For not outing him? I would say if you did out him, you're the asshole. But if you didn't, you're not. Uh, am I the asshole for making my son quit smoking cold turkey? Cold turkey? Shit, man. I tried that shit. That shit fucking sucks. Nah, 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 nah. You can't cold turkey that shit. I am a divorced mom with 4 boys. I have a split custody agreement where my 2 youngest, 7 and 8 male, primarily live with me, while my 16-year-old son, Peter, primarily lives with his dad. My eldest son is in college. Because his father lives out of state, my visitation with Peter is during summer break. Well, since he's been home, I quickly suspected he picked up a smoking habit. My suspicions were confirmed when I caught him in the act last week. It doesn't exactly surprise me because his father is a smoker, and Peter has a history of anxiety-related tics, specifically pulling his hair, which he keeps fairly long for that reason. So I imagined smoking would appeal to him. Wait, so if he's out here pulling his hair out of anxiety, you know what? Hold on. That said, it's against the rules of this house, and it's a habit. I also want him to break. It's also a habit I want him to break as soon as possible for his health. I explained to him that while he was staying with me, he couldn't smoke, and that I was going to confiscate all his cigarettes. He was contrite and agreeable enough, but when I mentioned taking his cigarettes away, he started freaking out, saying he couldn't quit just like that. I told him I wasn't going to have him smoking around his little brothers or setting a bad example, and that he'd be okay for a few days. He argued that I couldn't throw away the cigs because they're his stuff, but I told him I could make an exception here since legally he isn't supposed to have them anyway. He was very aggravated, and though he couldn't argue it further, the next morning I saw he turned the garbage cans inside out, and he's been in a sour mood towards me since. Am I the asshole for making me quit so suddenly? I do think it's for the best. I think you are the unintentional asshole. I think your intentions, great, amazing, agree with them. Ye should stop smoking if you can, but as based off your rules, you were treating him like an adult, right? And that is, I love that. I like that. That's how, like, you know, that's a good thing to do. I agree. I agree with your intentions though as well. Uh, so um, but yes, I do think he should not have. You shouldn't have made him quit so suddenly, especially if he's smoking out of anxiety. It's just that's not the good thing to do. That's not the best approach, but your intentions are amazing. Not the asshole. Kind of. Good plan, bad execution. Anyways, uh, yeah, I think that'll be all. Thank you for watching.